Hi everybody, in this video I'm making cooked caramel icing. It's an old southern recipe that you pour over cakes and it is delicious. In this saucepan over medium-low heat I've got 2 sticks of butter and some brown sugar, and I've attached the recipe in the comments at the end of this video. And I'm just going to bring that to a boil, to a slow boil. You don't want to bring it to that temperature too fast and burn the sugar. So I'm constantly stirring, and you can see there I'm pausing so you can see how much it's bubbling around the edges. That's pretty much what I'm going for. And then I'm going to take it away from the heat and I'm going to add my evaporated milk. And you're going to see me do that here in a second. And once you add that evaporated milk, you want to bring it back to that temperature. There I go with the milk. And I'm just stirring that in. Again, continue to stir, and you want to bring it until it starts to bubble again around the edges. So after doing that, I turned it back off the heat and added some pure vanilla extract. And that's what I just poured in. And then I'm adding my powdered sugar. And you'll notice I did not turn the heat back on after the evaporated milk came back up to temperature. So now I'm just with this wooden spoon stirring in my powdered sugar, but of course you'll see there's still clumps of powdered sugar, so I switched over to a wire whisk. And I'm just going to keep beating that until all those lumps are gone. Obviously this video is fast forwarded, so I really do wish that I could whisk that fast. But I just kept doing this until all the bumps were gone, all the lumps were gone. So, and I will warn you, it may take a while, but you have to continue, because if this sets up at all, it will not pour over your cake smoothly. And so here I've got my 6-inch round chocolate cake. I'm just spooning a little bit of that caramel icing over to be the filling. And then I'm going to put another layer of that chocolate cake on top. And then I'm going to start to pour this over the top of the cake. And again, you have to move somewhat quickly, because if not, then you have to keep heating that caramel icing back up and it will get too thick and it just gonna get a weird foggy look to it. So I'm taking that same measuring cup and I'm just gonna keep pouring this over the top. The top always looks so nice and smooth and I love it. The sides, however, are a different story. So as you can see, I continue to pour it over the sides, hoping it will attach to some of that. But I do end up having to go back with a cake spatula, a cake metal spatula that is, and just try to smooth it out like I'm doing here. It's not beautiful, it's not perfect, but I want to make sure that cake is completely covered, because then I'll go back here. As you can see, I had to remelt some of that caramel icing. It had hardened up, and so I reheated it just a little bit on the cooktop, and then I'm attaching it to the cake almost like you would buttercream. It's a little bit different texture, of course, but I'm just applying it with that spatula because it has dried a little bit, so it's easier than pouring it. And I feel like I have more control on the sides this way, because that's what I'm used to with the buttercream. So I'm doing this, again, it's never going to be as smooth as buttercream, but I am getting that on there the best of my ability. And then I'm going to go back, and while the icing is still slightly warm, I'm going to smooth it out with Viva paper towels, just like I would buttercream like I'm doing here. And it is not perfect, but it makes a huge difference, I feel like. You don't have all those little, you know, dry, crusty spots. See how nicely and smoothly that gets it on the side, but you have to do it while it's still somewhat warm. So I do all this, and then I'm going to transfer it to a clean cake board that doesn't have all that caramel icing on it before I decorate it. And as far as decorating this cake, I always just use a little bit of buttercream to decorate them with. Some people don't want it decorated, and that's totally fine, but these people that ordered this cake love the caramel icing, but they also do like the decoration. So I just use a buttercream, I write on it, I add some flowers and borders, just a really simple decoration. The only thing you need to really be concerned about is that making sure that you let that cake cool, the icing cool, before you add the buttercream, because you don't want your flowers or your writing to get too soft on that warm cake. So after I smoothed it out, I might have left it sit for 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't take long before I attach the buttercream decorations.